Can Dollar Tree brushes handle Hourglass glam? Today, it's luxury palette versus budget brushes. Let's see who wins. Hello friends, hello. It's so good to see you guys. I want to say hello to all my new subscribers. I'm so excited to finally hit 500. I've been working really hard all year and I'm so happy to see you guys. I'm so happy you guys are here because we have so much to share with you. But today is a fun, exciting, different kind of day because this past weekend was my 18th wedding anniversary, and as grateful as I am for being married for 18 years, I was so grateful that they came out with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palettes just in time for me to celebrate me. So I was able to get my hands on one of these palettes. It's something I splurge on every year, and I'm so excited to show you guys not only this palette, but we are gonna use some Dollar Tree brushes to see exactly how this palette is gonna perform. So I love to mix high-end and low-budget items. I have been finding a ton of new Dollar Tree brushes and applicators and all types of new stuff that I've been waiting to try, and I figured this is the perfect combination. I love high-end and I love some budget-friendly items. So let's try my new Hourglass palette using just Dollar Tree brushes. All right, you guys, here is the palette. I'm so excited to show you. This is the Deer palette. It is the Ambient, let me read it right. This is the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palette, and I was able to make my own custom palette. So I got the Deer palette with the volume 3, which is the deepest volume of all three of them, and I have not tried this. I did one little tiny swatch of the bronzer, and we know that these don't swatch very well. You have to apply them. So I have not tested any of these, and I want to test them with you guys. So let's open this up, and I'm going to quickly just show you guys the palette, okay? So here it is. Here she blows. Just a disclaimer, I am missing 3 nails. You guys know I make press-on nails, and I've been trying to get these nails off for like 3 or 4 days, and I ran out of the glue remover, and I can't get these off, you guys. Like, I am struggling. I need to soak them. I'm being a little bit lazy, and I don't want to rip them off. I usually am able to just put a little bit of the remover on, and they pop off, but y'all, my press-ons don't play. These suckers are like, for real, for real. So, disclaimer, I know it looks low budget, but I'm so sorry. If you guys like press-on videos, I have a couple Dollar Tree press-on videos coming out, so look out for that. But here is the palette, you guys. So like I said, I got the Deer palette, and this is the volume 3. I'm just going to point out, so this one is, so here is, on this side here is, this is a highlighter, Solar Glow. This one is a blush, Lucid Glow. This one is a finishing powder in Desert Heat, Desert Light. This one is a bronzer, I think. And then, no, this one is the blush, Canyon Heat, Amethyst Heat blush, and then bronzer, Bronze Fusion. So those are the shades. I'm not going to swatch them because we all know, because I don't know if you've ever used any of these palettes before, but they don't swatch very well. You just have to apply them to the skin. So we're going to do that today. Let me show you the brushes that I have though. So I got this brush set here. It's came in this cream color as well as blue, and it comes with 4 brushes. It looks like some mostly eyeshadow brushes. This looks like it would be a yeah, so these look like mostly eyeshadow brushes and even maybe some highlights. It doesn't really say much on here. It just says makeup brushes. So let's open them up. Okay, so here they are. They're pretty soft. Definitely are eyeshadow brushes, but this one looks like it could be really good for some highlighter. So I'm going to set this aside, and we'll probably try this with our highlighter. So like I said, it came in a blue shade as well, and these look to be the exact same. The cream ones just look a little bit more high-end, if you ask me. And then I also found a ton of these Sassy and Chic dual-ended brushes, which means that you're getting 2 brushes in one. This one is just says makeup brush, and it's a large makeup brush, and it's got a little small, kind of like precise, it almost looks like a concealer brush on here. And then this looks like it would be really good to do like maybe some concealer, some really intricate work. Maybe you could do a cut crease with that. These were $1.25, as well as the 4-piece. Those were also $1.25. And then they came with a little small version. These don't say anything specific, like the specific use of them. They just say makeup brush. This looks like this would be really good for maybe packing in some foundation, or even doing a little bit of this over here. And then on this side, there's this brush here. You could use this to blend things. You could even use this under your eyes to blend maybe some concealer or even some eyeshadow, I guess, for this side. This side's a little bit interesting. So I also found these two other Sassy and Chic brushes that are both dual-ended. So I have this one that looks like it would be really good for some concealer, and it kind of looks like the same shape as this. I also found this Brookstone 3-pack eyebrow repair set. It comes with some really good tweezers that are good for applying lashes, as well as some regular tweezers, and it looks like a comb, so that would be really good to use for your lashes or your brows. And then I also found this Must Have Beauty set of brushes. These are just 2 eyeshadow brushes, nothing special. And then also from Must Have Beauty are some powder brushes. I have a few of the Must Have Beauty powder brushes from the first line that they made, and they're just not the best, but let's hope that these ones are a little bit better. They just don't, they're not dense enough usually, so let's hope that these ones are. So this one looks to be like an angled powdered brush, maybe good for some bronzer. What I find with these Must Have Beauty brushes, or in general with the brushes at Dollar Tree, is that they are just not dense enough for powder in general, but we are going to give these a try and see how they work against our palette. Okay, friends, so now that you've seen everything, let's get to trying this new Hourglass palette. So let me share some initial thoughts about the palette before we go into it. I would like to say that I do currently own the last 2 volume 3s. So this is my 3rd version of the Hourglass palette. And of the 3 palettes, this is the lightest, you guys. This is definitely the lightest palette of all of them. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure. This amethyst color is really pretty and deep, but that's as deep as it goes. And I'm not super deep. I have no problem using the other 2 years. I'm hoping that we can get some use out of this. This just does not look deep enough. I'm just going to go with that. So we're going to see if we can get any kind of color payoff using these Dollar Tree brushes. I have done just my base. I've just done powder base. I've gotten all the way up to where I would start putting bronzer on and blush and all of that, which is what this is for. So let's go in and see. Now this is supposed to be the bronzer here. So I really need some bronzer. So let's see, first of all, if this brush, this is the powder brush. I'm kind of skeptical about this brush, you guys, but let's see if this brush does anything. Okay, it's taking a second to pick it up. I don't know if it's just the brush or the product. Let's put it on. Still a lot in the brush. Let's try this brush. It was a little bit more dense, this angled brush. And I'm going to kind of like squeak it in here. So let's see. I think that's all I'm going to be able to pick up. Let's try it. All right. Did you guys see that? All right, here's the side with it on. Here's nothing. With it, nothing. Huh. I mean, it's really, really faint. You can like really barely see that. So why did they go lighter with the bronzer? That's crazy. So I can build it up a little bit, but the thing with Hourglass is you don't want to build it up too much if you have a lot of texture on your skin, because the fine little particles that make it look really like, I don't know, glowy also can show the texture on your skin really, really well. So here is the bronzer. I know I'll get a bit lighter in the winter, but I'm gonna have to get light for that. Let me show you guys the other 2 years. So this is last year. This is the Lotus. This is, I believe, the right one. So this is the Lotus. These are, you can see, I get a lot of use out of these. I love this one. This is actually a little bit deep, and I use this for a contour. That's how deep this is for me. And I love these blushes. They are awesome. And this is the best, I mean, the best highlighter ever, ever. I love this palette. This one is the very first one I ever got. This one is also a custom palette. This one is the Leopard Volume 3. I'm not quite sure what I think it was like a jellyfish or something, but I did a custom palette. So this one is, so here is that one. Now, this is the bronzer. It doesn't look very deep, but it does bronze. I'm not quite sure what the difference is. So I'm actually going to apply this one to this side using the same Dollar Tree brush, and I'm going to show you guys the difference. So I'm just going to wipe this off just a little bit with the brush. Just get whatever's on here off. Okay. Go in with this bronzer here. Okay. I reach for this palette a lot, a lot, a lot. So, can you see the difference? There's a definite difference. This is very subtle, but it's perfect. It is the perfect bronzer shade. This brush is pretty nice. I kind of like this brush. This goes on really nicely. Okay, Dollar Tree. Finally, a good Dollar Tree face brush. This one is good. The angled one is really good, you guys. I like this. But you can see it's really subtle, but you can see it. Like, it's there. There's something there. This, I can just see the texture more than anything. You see? I love it. I love it. So, I'm a little bit disappointed in the bronzer already. I do want to use this contour. So for the contour, let's go in with this denser brush. And I'm just going to pick it up. This is the Lotus palette. So this is last year's palette. You can see this is deep, you guys. They went for it. And it was good. It was so good. I just knew this year's palette was going to be good. So far, I don't know, y'all. So let's just place a little bit. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so perfect. These two palettes together are like something I pick up a lot, especially because they are really subtle. So, you know, putting around town, you don't look overdone. You just look perfect. I love these palettes, especially together. This brush is pretty good too. Definitely packed it on right where I wanted it. I like it. So this Sassy and Chic brush I'm liking. Let's put some of this on this side. Okay. I guess we're just testing all the Hourglass palettes using these Dollar Tree brushes, but hey, why not, right? Yeah, this one's really muddy. This side's so muddy. This is beautiful. Mud. I'm gonna stop. Okay, so that's the bronzer. Let me just do this. Whatever's on this brush, I'm just gonna brush it onto here. So that's the bronzer. This, I don't know. Maybe we can use it to top the bronzer. I like a good bronzer topper, so let's try that. This brush may be better for that. So let's go back into the bronzer and see if this messes it up. Okay, we could use it as a topper. It's definitely not deep enough to bronze. It definitely kind of like melded everything together, but this is almost my exact skin tone. So if you are deeper than me, don't do this. Don't do it. If you are my shade, don't do it. I don't think so, you guys. This is my skin tone. Definitely my skin tone. We haven't tested the rest, but for bronzer, absolutely not. I usually can get away with almost everything. So for this to be this light, this is definitely not geared for women of color. I'm just going to come out and say it. So first things first, let's get that out of the way. Now let's move on to some blush action. I never have gotten away with the finishing powders, especially under my eyes. I have too much texture, but I do want to give it a try. So let's grab a brush. I want to try this finishing powder. So I'm going to use this large side of the Sassy and Chic brush, and I'm going to go in. I'm not going to have any shame. Okay, so here it is. I don't usually like too much finishing powder because I do have pores. This is pretty. I feel like with the Hourglass finishing powders, I like to put them on with a really big brush because they have so much like sparkle, but this looks really nice. This looks really pretty. Not too bad. This is very subtle, you guys. This is not full glam. This is not going to blow you away. This is very, very, very subtle. Let's go in. I like highlight, but I don't want to like blind for the god. So I'm going to go in with the highlight next. And I'm going to use this little brush from that little 4-pack to pick it up. Okay. Usually their highlights don't play, and it looks like this one has no play in it. Oh my gosh, y'all. You guys see that? That highlight is no joke. It's gonna blend out here. Okay. Yeah, this is why I like to put highlight like underneath stuff. I should have put this under my bronzer really, because I like a highlight, but I want it to be more subtle, especially now that I'm getting older. I don't like a beam. So I like it to be really, really unnoticeable. This is not it. This is you guys see that? Look at that. One thing Hourglass does is they do highlights. This is good. This is a really good highlight, you guys. And I love this brush. The angle of this brush is perfect like this. Yeah, I really like this brush here. I'm happy I got a couple packs because I like this brush. I'm going to have a couple of those. It looks the same as this one in the Sassy and Chic. So if you can't find the 4-pack, if you can find these, grab these. And this is one of the dual-ended ones. This looks like it would be a concealer brush or something. But yeah, that looks really good. So this is a highlight. It's beautiful, as always. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I'm liking the highlight. So far, the highlight is okay. Okay, guys, let's move on to some blush. I am so happy that I got so many packs of these. This is a fresh one of these Sassy and Chics. This is the same one we used for powder. I just got a couple packs because I always buy 2 of everything, and this is going to come in really handy because I need a brush for some blush. So let's go right into some blush. This one is Calling My Name. This other one is really, really pale. I'm not quite sure what I would do with that, but let's get into this Amethyst. What is this one? The Amethyst Haze. So I'm going to take it on to this brush, and I'm just going to pack it on. So these do kick up a bit in the pan, not any more than I think any of the previous other ones. Oh, that's pretty. All right. I feel like this would look really pretty with the rose or the red from last year. That one was really pretty. I'm going to look a little bit closer. Yeah, I did not like that bronzer, you guys. All you can see is just texture. The bronzer is like my exact shade. So it literally just highlighted the texture right here. It's a no-go. This side looks so much better. It just looks so much smoother, more cohesive. So I'm sorry if you can't get the other palettes. I'm so sorry, you guys, but do not get this one if you are looking for a bronzer. That bronzer is not going to work for you. So let's just put a little bit of trying to think of what I feel about this. I'm not quite sure if this side, I think this side is corrupt, you guys. I just don't like this side because of that bronzer. So that's already something because I feel like this side looks nice. I like this. I don't like this at all. This is no. But this side I like. So let's kind of focus on this side. I'm just going to be real about it. Let's just focus on this side. I like this shade. I really do. This is a nice flush. This palette is just really geared towards a very more fair. This palette is definitely geared towards a more fair toned person. I'm just going to say it. Even this deep blush, it's really pretty, but it's just a flush. It's literally just a flush. Like you see, I had quite a bit on the brush and I'm not super deep, you guys. I'm not. I usually like to build a blush, apply a couple different ones. So let's go in with this one here. All right, so I wiped this off as best as I can. Let's go into this middle shade here, the Lucid Glow. They always look so cool, the little marbly ones. So I do get a lot more color payoff with everything but that bronzer. The bronzer is just no good, I think, you guys. So this is the Lucid Glow. I'm just going to concentrate that towards the middle of my face. Oops. Okay, I really like that. This is a mess. Okay, so that was, oh, I really like that. That's just really pretty, nice and subtle. It definitely works really well with the amethyst. These two work well together. I enjoy this here, these three. Was it worth $94? I don't know, but these three are really good. Now, this is just a first impression. This is just me testing these out. Obviously, with Dollar Tree brushes, that might not be the best gauge. So I'm going to spend a lot of time with this palette. I'm going to do my best to just finesse it and see how I can make it work, because that's kind of what I did with the other palettes. They came a little bit easier, but I'm definitely going to be able to make this work. The only one we didn't try was this one here, this blush in bronze, or no, the brush in Desert Light, but I think that we have enough on our face so right now. This side is just showing all of my texture. This is showing everything. It's leaving nothing to the imagination. This side is blended really nicely, but we did use my other two Hourglass palettes, this one and this Lotus one, to just create more of a better complexion product. And then I was able to build the blush with this. So I want to give you my opinion on both the Hourglass palette and the Dollar Tree brushes. First, let me just tell you that the lip concoction that I have on today is indeed from Dollar Tree. It's one of these Ioni lip tints that I put over this LA Color Shea Butter Lip Balm. It doesn't have a ton of color, but it has just enough, and it kind of gives you just this, I think it's the black honey effect of the Clinique Black Honey. I think that's what we're trying to go for. So anyway, I really love these two together. So that's what I have on now. And I just want to tell you quickly my thoughts. So on the Dollar Tree brushes, my thoughts are this. These Sassy and Chic brushes are some of the best powder brushes I have used at Dollar Tree. They aren't like super dense, so they're not going to pack on a lot of powder, but they are going to be really good for like blush and toppers and things like that. I really think that these are really good for that. I really, really liked this one. It was really dense, and I was able to really get in there and use this really good for contour. And this side looks like it would be really good for like some eyeshadow, blending that, or even you could blend your contour here. I don't usually do a nose contour, but this side looks like it would be really good for that. For these must-have beauty brushes, I really, really enjoyed the angled brush. It was a lot denser than the basic powder brush here. This one just doesn't have enough like structure. This doesn't have enough structure to just really do what it needs to do. I don't think it really puts on the powder as well as you would like. This is just good for like finishing powder, I would say. Maybe even using this to like dust away something or like a topper of something, but not anything that you're going to want to really see that the shade or see a significant difference. This one though, this one worked really, really well for bronzer. I really enjoyed this here on this side. It had just the perfect angle for that, and I bet it would probably work really well for blush as well. So those were the brushes. Out of the 4-pack brushes, I only used this one, but I loved it. It was awesome. It was really, really good. I like this weird angle. I don't have a brush like this, so this is going to be a great addition. And then I would highly recommend grabbing these Sassy and Chic brushes because they also have that weird angle, and these are double-sided. I mean, you're going to find a use for them. If you use makeup, you're going to find a use for the brushes. They're only $1.25. I didn't test out these must-have beauty brushes, but in the past, in my experience with Dollar Tree makeup, the brushes, the eyeshadow brushes in particular, are great. They're eyeshadow brushes. I mean, how hard is it to find a good eyeshadow brush? So I would recommend grabbing those. Just a quick mention, these tweezers are awesome. This is like my second or third pair of these because I keep buying them to put them in different places. These are some of the sharpest tweezers I have found ever. So if you guys see these, I would highly recommend grabbing these. One time I was at Dollar Tree and the lady was stocking them and she was like, the lady just took the whole box. Somebody just came in and grabbed every single one they had. So I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, that is the brushes. Now, as far as this, the palette is beautiful, you guys. Do I regret the purchase? No, I do not, because I love collecting these. This isn't necessarily just for the makeup. I love the collection of it all, and it was a gift, and I love it. But as far as the shades go, you guys, I'm not quite sure what happened this year. The shades just are not hitting. The bronzer, you kind of have to be like a lot lighter than me, a lot more fair than me for that bronzer to come across. And I've never had that issue with the volume 3s. They always have the bronzer deep enough for my skin tone. So that's a little bit alarming. I really loved the two blushes down the middle. Those are gorgeous, gorgeous together, as well as the highlight. I thought that was awesome. The skin finish, I've never been a huge fan of the skin finishes. I do regret putting it here because it just feels like it's just highlighting all of the texture. The skin finishes have a very, very like subtle sheen to them, but I like matte. I'm a matte girl, so I don't want any sheen. So it's kind of not my favorite, but I'm happy that we gave it a try. In the other palettes, the skin finishes I've been able to use for other things. Like one of them's deep enough where I've been using it as a bronzer topper. So that's why I've been able to make those work. But all in all, I think if you are fairer than me, then this palette would work for you. If you are my shade or deeper, I don't think I would bother with it unless you're just a collector and you like Hourglass, because the bronzer is not deep at all. It's not a bronzer for deep skin. It's definitely for more of a medium tone skin tone. Maybe you can use it as more of a eyeshadow or something like that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I know this video was a little bit lengthy, but for me, it was so much fun because I love to blend luxury products with low cost products. So my name is Jamie, but you can call me Fabs. I'm a stay-at-home mom and I make press-on nails. I also make budget-friendly beauty content featuring stores like Dollar Tree and today Hourglass. But I love to test their products on my 40 plus skin to see if it's worth your money. So if you are interested in joining the Fab family, or you just love videos like this, I kindly ask that you consider subscribing because I've got so much I'd love to share with you. And I will see you then. See you. Love you. Bye.